Good morning. Welcome back to My Loves Death Metal. Happy Wednesday. We have a vinyl record collection update finally today. These are pretty scarce now on this channel. It used to be like every week, every other day. But as everybody knows, I've completely slowed down on buying them. But today's upload is going to be all, I'm calling it the whole filler upload because I finally snagged a couple of records that I've wanted in my collection for a while. And actually one of them was sent to me, so I was pretty pumped about that. I got that yesterday. So yeah, all these things are common things and every other YouTuber showed off, but I finally have them either back on vinyl because I sold them last year when I lost my job, and had always intended on at least getting a copy of whatever variant I could find back in stock or back in my collection, and then some new reissues that just came out. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So I was scouring Gore Productions distro the other day. I was looking for this particular album, which I will talk about in another video of my CD update video, the new Morgue Dweller. I saw that he had it in stock from Dismal Fate. Surprisingly, he had it before Ben or at Iron Fortress. What's going on with that, huh, Ben? But anyway, I saw that he had it, and then I was like, well, I'm going to get something else, too. Like, I feel weird just buying one CD from him. So I found this, and I was like, what is this? I had no idea what this pressing was. And then I looked it up, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to buy it. And that is, obviously, you guys all know this album, Skinless, Progression Towards Evil. So yes, this is one of my all-time favorite brutal death metal bands, or just death metal bands as a whole. One of my all-time favorite brutal death metal albums. I've had this on cassette for a very long time, and when I lost my job last year, which, by the way, I've been at a new job for a year now, as of last week, so things are on the up and up here. People have been asking me about that, and I've just never given an update. But anyway, I sold my copy that Corpse Crystal had reissued back in 2023, and I was pretty depressed about it because I knew that they were sold out, and I wasn't seeing it on Discogs. So I was like, you know what? It'll come out. Like, eventually it'll come around, and I'll get it back. And so then I saw this on his distro, and I was like, what pressing is that? Because first of all, this is not a Corpse Crystal thing, or a Burning Dogma thing. And so I looked it up when I saw like what the label was, and Violence in the Veins, which is a label out of Spain, reissued this as well around the same time as Corpse Crystal did for the 25 years of this album. So I was like, well, I'm gonna snag it. It was $20. The Corpse Crystal one that I used to have is not anywhere on Discogs. It's sold out, and it was selling for stupid prices anyway. So I grabbed this one, and now I'm happy that I have it back. So a nice glossy, it's a pretty bare bones pressing, I'll tell you that right now, but that's fine. I don't, whatever. For the price and for the fact that I just wanted it back in my collection, I'm happy. It's just a very nice glossy jacket here, and that's it. Like, there's no inner sheet and stuff. And I'm trying to remember if the Corpse Crystal one had that too, or if the original did. I can't remember, but whatever. And then it says on the hype sticker that it came in 3 different variants: blue and black marbled, pink and black marbled, and yellow and black marbled. And Gorehouse had blue and black marbled in stock, so that's just what I got. So, I mean, whatever. The last one I had was red. Obviously, I was more happy with that. Actually, I also had black too, because again, I love this album. But whatever. I have it back in stock. It sounds good. I played it yesterday, finally, after having this for a few days. And I'm happy that I have it back in stock now. This album came out in 1998. And again, one of my all-time favorites. I also love their demos. There's that compilation, Gut Pumping Hits, that has like all of their demos and stuff on it. And Skinless comes back up again next, so we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, so finally back in the collection. I'm happy about it. Sounds good. Again, it's a very bare bones pressing, but that's okay. I don't need all the bells and whistles here. I bought this strictly just for the music. So yep, there you go. And while we're talking about Skinless, took advantage of a 25% off sale that Corpse Crystal had going for Memorial Day weekend. It actually just ended a couple of days ago. He extended it until Sunday. And ordered this album from him. I don't need this, but I wanted it on vinyl because, again, I love this album. Yes, I have the cassette tape. He actually sent me, I bought the cassette tape from him, and he sent me, the Hound, Paul from Push sent me the CD as well. I used that as a giveaway. So I had the cassette tape, and I thought I was okay with it, but when the 25% off discount code came, I was like, well, this is my time. So I also got Trample the Weak, Hurdle the Dead. So this is the reissue that just came out on Corpse Crystal, and I believe, is it a split? Burning Dogma? Yes, and Burning Dogma Records. So yeah, to me, this is probably one of the most underrated albums, like, ever. Like, I feel like people kind of just forgot about it, and like they don't really think about it when they think about Skinless. In my opinion, I might be completely way off about that. I don't know. I absolutely love this album. It's just so, like, just, it's very brutal sounding, of course, and it's got more of the modern touches to it for sure. Compared to Progression Towards Evil and even Foreshadowing Our Demise, like, that still has a little bit more of that older sound. But this is just a very ferocious, in your face, brutal album. And it's so, so good. I've been listening to this a ton on cassette since I got it a couple of months ago. But when I saw that discount pop up, I was like, this is my time to get this album for an amazing price. So yeah, and I think he still has some of these left. I was actually really shocked they haven't. I know a couple variants have sold out, but I think he still might have a couple of things left. I'm not too sure. I don't remember, but I'll link in the description where you can find this. So there's the printed inner sheet with the lyrics and like the liner notes and stuff. And then the variant I got, of course, was red, black smoke marbled, whatever, because, again, that's my favorite vinyl color. So, and this goes perfect with the album cover. Yes, I know, for the people that don't like colored vinyl, you know who you are. I don't need to shout you out every single time. It is what it is, but I like it. I don't have issues with it. I'm pretty sure there was a plain black copy too, so for those people that prefer plain black, I'm pretty sure there's those copies as well. They're still available, but I got red. Whenever red's available, I usually grab that over any other color. So, yep, there we go. So, in that same package, I also ordered a bunch of tapes from him, but I'll save that for another episode, or another video, whatever. But he also sent me this. Was not expecting this. So, again, thank you, Paul, over at Corpse Crystal. I was actually really, really happy about this because he announced this like the day after I did my order, like when the sale was over, and I was like, son of a bitch, I can't buy this yet. I wasn't gonna get this until next week, so I had every intention of buying it, but he was so nice and he threw it in there for me. Immortal Suffering, Images of Horror, has been reissued by Corpse Crystal. These come out this Friday. I believe they start shipping this Friday. The orders are already up. You can already make your orders. It comes in like 3 or 4 different color variants. So, Immortal Suffering, I feel like I don't need to really talk too much about this album. Again, it's not an album that people aren't familiar with. But just in case, let's pop up some notes on it for the people that might not be too familiar. So Immortal Suffering is a brutal death metal band, of course, from New York. So New York brutal death metal once again. And this is, again, one of my all-time favorite brutal death metal albums. One that I listen to quite a bit still. And this is... Jesus, I'm blanking right now. Demo. Sorry, it's a demo. It's not an album. This is their demo from 2013. So this is one of my all-time favorite... It's album demo, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I listen to this all the time. So I was super pumped that they reissued this. And as soon as I saw that announcement, I was like, oh, God, I really hope. I don't think they're going to sell out super fast. But I was like, I really hope I'm able to snag a copy of this next week when I get paid. I've always wanted this on vinyl, so I was super happy when I saw that Paul threw this in, and like he left a little sticky note and was like, "Hey, here you go." And then also there's a new release that's coming out on this Friday called Hate Filled. This is called, what is this called? I'm so blind. Destructive Downfall of Mankind. So I actually have not fully listened to this yet, so I'll talk about this in a CD update. But yeah, this is also out on this Friday, June 6th. So he also threw this in there too, with a little note saying, "Hey, that's also coming out." So anyway, here we go. I'm super pumped. So the color variants on this are, I'll let you know what they are. I'll link in the description where you can find this. So several different color variants. There's plain black, so for you classic black guys, the New York Mets variants, and then Bloody Swirl. They're still available. You can buy it and like they're shipping now, but technically like the official release date is this Friday. So yeah, he sent me the New York Mets one, which I think is like, I don't know. I'm assuming they're all limited to 100 each. Okay, so the limitation is the same. So here is the jacket here. Very nice. And this is also Burning Dogma. Nope, it's just Corpse Crystal this time around. And then the inner sheet here. I'm so happy. I just a smile on my face when I got this yesterday. I was not expecting it because I ordered a bunch of stuff from him with that sale, so it came in a fairly bigger box. And when I popped it open and saw this in here, I was like, oh man, this dude, he's so good to me. And then here is the color variant. Obviously, like I said, they have plain black, and then there's like a clear with like red swirling in it, or bloody swirl. So yeah, this is like a trans blue with the orange. And if you're not familiar, the New York Mets is a baseball team here in the United States. And yeah, so there's a theme with that. So yeah, I love this demo. Like I said, one of my all-time favorite like brutal death metal music ever put out. Get in the sleeve, you motherfucker. People hate that I re-sleeve on camera. I don't give a shit. If that triggers you, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, anyway. But yeah, I've always had this on cassette tape. Corpse Crystal reissued this several years ago back. And actually, this is like one of the first things he ever like sent me. And it's like this all over UV printed tape that has gotten played a lot. So this thing is going to have a nice little break now that I have the vinyl record. I also have a CD version of it too. And then just a simple J card. So these you can find, I'm pretty sure these are still available on Corpse Crystal too. Like you can find, like they pressed a lot of these. So, but yeah, Immortal Suffering, super happy that he sent me that. Thank you once again. I was pumped. I'm saving what essentially is the best for last because this one was a cool package that I got. So the next one is, where did I buy this one? Was this also on Gore House? I don't remember. Did I buy this off Gore House too? Oh shit, I think I did. I might have did this in the wrong order. That's alright. You guys don't give a shit, right? Pretty sure I might have. No, maybe. Yep, I got this from Gore House as well. Well, I did this out of order, but whatever. Fuck it. You guys know. Anyway, this was in the same package with that other Skinless album. Yep, Immortal, Jesus Christ. Immortal Decay's Forensic. Again, I don't need to talk about this. Some more amazing, brutal death metal right here. This is pretty much the somewhat theme of this video today. Man, I am on the struggle with talking and having my brain work. I just woke up not that long ago, so I'm tired. Meds haven't kicked in yet. The ADHD meds haven't kicked in yet. Anyway, this came out, this is their second full length on 2002. Probably my favorite Mortal Decay. I really do love Sickening Erotic Fanaticism. I do love that album, and I do like Cadaver Art, and I actually really like the Blueprint for Blood Spatter too. Blah, blah, Jesus. I said this was New York death metal. I'm sorry, this was New Jersey death metal. Don't fucking kill me, New Jerseyans. But anyway, yeah, so this was just reissued last year on Dissonant Tapes, and I obviously got the cassette version reissue. Had no intentions of getting the vinyl because I only have Mortal Decay on cassette. But again, I saw this in Gore House. It was for a really, like $20. I was like, you know what? This is one of my all-time favorite brutal death metal albums. So I honestly should have another copy of it in a different format. And this is me justifying this payment. So, again, that collector scum that I've been doing really well about not doing. But I'm happy I got it. So I grabbed it. I had a little bit of FOMO. I saw so many people showing this off in their collection updates and stuff. So, like, you know what? It's there. It's sold out on Distant Tapes. It's not even on Hell's Headbangers anymore because they were destroying it. I have not seen it in anywhere else, and I was like, you know what? I am just gonna grab it while I can. So it's a nice gatefold here. The lyrics on the inside. And there was a color variance of it too, but I'm pretty sure this is the one that you can find everywhere, and that is, there you go, guys, Classic Black. You happy now for you color haters? Yeah, so Classic Black. So, again, I don't need to talk about this album, but I'm finally happy that I have it on vinyl. You know, I knew it was going to happen and that I was going to end up getting it after it was reissued and whatever else, but that's it. That's kind of what I've been focusing on my vinyl records this year, is to be like the albums that I've always wanted on vinyl, or some of my all-time favorite albums. Yes, I'm buying some new releases too on vinyl, but as you've noticed, CD and tape have taken precedent this year. But yeah, so yeah, that was also Gore House Productions. I don't know how I messed that up. Okay, where are we at? 16 minutes? All right, not too bad, not too bad. So finally, the last one, and again, this was just, I originally wanted this on vinyl. I had no intentions of getting it on tape, but the vinyl had sold out when I went to go buy it many years ago. And since then, they've put this on their Bandcamp several times when they've gotten them back in stock or whatever else, and I've always been like, oh, I should have just got it. I should have just waited it out. And I finally bit the bullet and bought it in Vacuous Depths. Yeah, you guys already know this band. I've talked about them about 4 times now. I actually just talked about them a couple weeks ago. Corporal Humiliation, the Florida Boys. Austin, I mentioned, is like basically my neighbor. And someday we'll meet up and hang out at a show. It's kind of crazy that it hasn't happened yet, but we'll get there. Anyway, I was actually messaging him and talking to him on Instagram last week about some stuff, and then I saw like he just sent like a Bandcamp notification that's like, hey, like we have these still available. There's only a couple left, and I was like, I'm just gonna buy it. So I bought it, and then he messaged me right away. He was like, yay, thank you. I was like, yeah, I've been wanting this in vinyl ever since it came out, and again, like it was sold out, and yeah. Anyway, now and then it was back in stock, and then blah blah blah. So here we go. I absolutely love this artwork. I'm pretty sure this is Dahmer art. That's a picture or a letter that he wrote me for the package that I just saved in the jacket. Pretty sure this was Dahmer art that did it. But anyway, this was a Goat Throne, Chaos Records, and Blood Harvest pressing back then, so CD, tape, and vinyl. And yeah, I love this album. I talked about it on my Monday 3 albums to get your week started off, or like the very first issue that I did, or first video I did of that. But yeah, he sent me a nice little letter with thanking me and stuff like that. And then in that package was also another goodie, but really quick I'll show you the variant that I got. It's clear with black splatter. Very nice little small splatter there. It's kind of like a foggy clear, but yeah. I spun this yesterday twice in a row. I really do love this album. I'm excited for them to be coming out with some new stuff, hopefully soon. Great band. I'm pretty sure there's still a couple copies of this left on their Bandcamp. I will link it. And you can find the cassette in their CD and stuff on distros and stuff like that. But yeah, he also threw in a shirt for me as well, which I haven't put on yet. I was waiting to do this video before I put it on. A nice classic black and white shirt with some artwork. This like little, which like a zombie in like prison cell or something. So yeah, thank you so much, Austin. You didn't need to send the shirt, but I'm happy you did, obviously. So yeah, Vacuous Depths, not to be confused with Vacuous, who are now on Relapse Records. This is Vacuous Depths. So good stuff. So yeah, that's my collection update. A nice 20-minute long video. Everybody has been telling me, well, not everybody, but several people have told me that they really enjoy the new Monday series that I'm doing, the 3 death metal albums to get your week started off right. So I'm going to continue doing them. Those are actually really fun to do. And I've also been doing like the Friday playlist, which is just picking out a couple of albums that I'm listening to that day, to, get through your Friday. So I'll probably still do those too. Those have gotten some good reception. And I'm doing clips in them to give you a taste of the music. And so far, that's going well. I got one notification for my Monday video this week saying, like, hey, this is copyright music, but the copyright owner is not giving you a strike. They're just taking your revenue, your monetization. So your monetization cannot be done for this video. But they're not going to give you a copyright strike, which whatever, fine. My videos make like $2 a month. So, hey, I don't care. I'm not upset about it. I'm just happy it wasn't a copyright strike. And I was surprised because it was Perishing that I got that for. I did not expect such an underground death metal band to have that on YouTube, but it looks like the person that flagged, or the whatever, the company that flagged it as copyright, it looks like it's like a music distribution that they use to distribute their music like digitally. So makes sense. There's like some online ownership there to that, I'm sure. So yeah, I looked into it to make sure it was like a legitimate thing. Somebody was saying that they own the rights to the music. So yeah, so I'm wondering if like Caligari uses that or something for their releases. I don't know. That's the first Caligari clip that I've put on my channel, so we'll see. We'll see if it happens again and whenever I do another Caligari release. But anyway, it's not a big deal. They didn't give me a copyright strike, which is good. Again, just the video could be monetized, but I don't give a shit about that. And yeah, so we'll see. I'll still like doing the clips. I do like giving those little clips of music in there. I know there's ways to evade it and stuff like that, but like a 9-second clip, I just feel like is not good enough for you to really get an understanding of what the music is. Like I try to do at least 30 seconds. I know within 30 seconds, then like the algorithm flags it and finds it and whatever else, but whatever. I'll continue to do it until I get a strike. And I don't know how many strikes you can get before they take your channel down for however many days. I don't know, but I'll continue to do it until I get a strike, and then I'll be a little bit more picky, choosy, looking into if there's copyright ownerships to the things or I'll do like just a very brief clip or whatever else. I don't know. I just went off on a tangent now. I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. I will see you in the next one.